So, let's see. Sean, Ryan, Skyler, and Tyler do a podcast called The Shoot Show. Yeah, I bet you guys were in a lot of shoots. So, yeah. It must be a really good show. A really, really good show. Must have at least, 8 fans? 8, what do virgins like to advertise? What's a virgin advertising demographic? Oh, do you guys, kiss each other's hands? As Don Rickles would say, you hockey pucks. Nah, it's just a bunch of dumb names, too. A bunch of idiots. Quote the Raven, nevermore.
I'm buff, I'm the stuff, and the girls just can't get enough. And I'm always in a shoot. Tyler and Skyler, you fucking suck. But Ryan and Sean are great.
And that's a shoot.
All right, everybody, welcome back to the Shoot Show. This is episode 129, man. We're still barreling straight down the road to Survivor Series 1997. I am Ryan Clare, and I am here with my good friends, Tyler Toops, the Double T himself. What's up, man?
Come on, ride the train and ride it, choo-choo.
Yeah, man.
This train, we've been on this train for a long time, man. I'm starting to like it.
We're shoveling coal all the way. We're speeding up. Skyler Blank, what do you think, man? Are you excited? Are you excited to see some screwy shit?
Yeah. I don't know. Like you guys said, I'm almost sad to see it end now.
Oh, yeah. It's been longer than I actually thought, because last week I thought was the go home show, because I was very confused when I saw the post on Facebook, and it was, oh my god, there's a whole other Raw to go. That's right.
I was wondering if that would show up or not, that I had done it, or if it would just be kind of something I could do surreptitiously.
Yeah, that was nice. You didn't bring it up to save my ego. I appreciate that. But yeah, like I said, we are on the road to Survivor Series 1997, one of the biggest events in wrestling history. Set the stage for current history, or current wrestling as we know it. All the people that don't like each other, it pretty much started right about there.
This is the longest build we've done in Shoot Show history.
Yeah, it's like 5 weeks. Is this the 5th week of build? And then we're finally going to get the payoff next week. So
next week will be the payoff.
Each week we've been going to the Raw of the week, the corresponding week in the build, and this week it's November 3rd, 1997, and we are in Hershey, Pennsylvania at the Hershey Park Arena for some Raw is War. And
that's right. Hershey Park is where I rode my very first roller coaster as a child. Is an awesome amusement park that had a Hanna-Barbera theme to it. It was a Scooby-Doo themed roller coaster that I rode.
Oh, that's so
And
cool.
lots of people in the park were dressed up like candy bars.
Well, that makes sense.
Candy bars.
That's no coincidence.
Okay, fucking idiot.
We had a little theme park in Shreveport that we could go to. It was called Hamels. And I don't remember much of it. I just remember learning the word tetanus there. Like, I remember it being a conversation piece, tetanus, and I don't remember the context, but I remember coming away from Hamels with a new word, and that was it. Good times out there. Okay. But anyway, this
is good anecdotes from the both of us. One slightly related, one not related at all.
I'm sorry. But yeah, this is a especially flavorful episode of Raw, because we're treated on commentary to good old JR himself, but with him is the Jim Cornette. And
James E. Cornette.
I didn't expect. I forgot that he was still with the company through all of that. Like, I forget his timeline because, like I mentioned last week, he's prone to leave. He gets upset and he's gone. Thank you, fuck you, bye. So so it's cool to see him and get some of that fast talking.
Yeah, we get an hour's worth of commentary from. Like James E. Cornette, and they have a real fun interaction back and forth between JR and Cornette. But to kick off, we got Stone Cold. Stone Cold and Vince McMahon are in the ring. And like vintage Stone Cold McMahon, this had me laughing right off of the bat, because the very first thing he's mad that Vince isn't holding the microphone up high enough. Hold that son of a bitch up a little higher. There you go.
Don't touch my lips with it, boy.
It's got to be something. Like, it can't just be. It's got to, like, he's got to bite you. Just a little bit. That's the rattlesnake man.
Like, even if you have the entire interview planned out, he's got to shake you up a little bit. He's got to push you off balance.
You call that holding a microphone, you dumb son of a bitch? Hold that thing 2 inches higher. Stone Cold is pretty much pissed off everyone at this point, and Vince is calling attention to that. You've pissed off the nation. You've pissed off the Hart Foundation. You fucking pissed off Ahmed Johnson, the Pearl River Plunger.
He got in his red zone.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. They show replays of him. He blasted Ahmed last week in order to help Owen retain that title so he can take it from him. Ahmed comes out. I'm gonna describe his outfit really quickly. He's got a dope ass fanny pack on. Mm-hmm. He's got a tight ass red shirt. He's got tight ass jeans that are pulled over some like white snakeskin boots. And he's got those old, like the big kind of gold hoop earrings that dudes would have. It's like the kind of like lowercase Mr. T. It's the starter set. You got to build those up over time.
Yeah, it'll rip a lobe off.
I will give people a shiny shoot show token if you can decipher everything that Ahmed Johnson says here when he gets the mic. It's 7 minutes and 14 seconds in. I have no idea what the hell Ahmed's saying.
Just get a word with you. Obviously, you must be upset. We know last week when we left you, you had a few harsh comments to make towards Stone Cold.
You know what? First of all, Vince, you don't have to get a word with me.
Keep your eye on him. Keep your eye on him, please. Ahmed, please.
You know, Steve Austin, up until last week, I respected you. Up until last week, you had my respect. But last week, you crossed my end zone. Now I can promise you, Steve Austin, I'm gonna kick your ass if it's the last thing I do. Yeah, you know your fans out here? Oh, you see, I don't have to have fans. All my life, 13 years old, I've been on my own, doing my thing.
Wait a minute.
My own, raising myself. They're gonna challenge me. You are gonna backstab me like that? As I respected you today, why don't you and I put our gear on, come out here, punk, and get it on. Put it on your stuff, and let's do it today.
All right.
Not tomorrow.
All right, wait a minute. All right, come on, wait a minute.
Hold on. Today.
All right, what about it, Stone Cold? You've been challenged for a match tonight.
If anybody wants to see Ahmed Johnson get his ass whipped, give me a hell yeah.
I think it's unanimous.
Not that I need anybody's opinion, but you damn right, son. I'll be happy to beat the hell out of you on live TV. Why? Because I said so.
I know he told a sad story.
13 years old.
Hold on. I usually try to have it in a window just in case I need a visual of what we're doing. And yeah, I've got Ahmed Johnson right here, and he is indecipherable.
He said that last
I
week.
like how the second Ahmed touched the mic though and started speaking, the crowd drowning him out with some Austin chants.
Not interested. Yeah, what he says last week you crossed my end zone. So that mean that Austin scored on you? Like that's a weird.
That was his words.
Means you suck. Like what the hell?
That's a strange. He likes to make little like vaguely football references. He talked about like getting in the end zone, just kind of out of nowhere. McMahon struggles to keep the peace. Ahmed wants a match, and it really doesn't take Stone Cold very long to accept that match. Like, duh, Stone Cold's not backing down. Yeah. Just, kind of fun. That was a fun little segment to kick off with. Sets up for a match later on that maybe we'll see.
Definitely going to happen.
Yeah, definitely happens.
Yeah, it seems like Ahmed Johnson.
Late 90s Raw definitely happens.
Ahmed Johnson just kind of stumbles ass backwards into confrontations with people. He was just in the wrong place, the wrong time this last week. It wasn't anything personal, but he definitely took it personal because he got scored on.
He's got the look, though, man.
Stopped him from getting the title.
Damn, he has the look. Like, it's just one of those things, like, I see he's got the kind of look of a guy that could be champion if he just doesn't have the mic skills. He's very hard to understand. He gets very excited and
jumbles up his shit.
Yeah.
He's definitely got his head's moving faster than his mouth is.
He said the whole explanation for this is him's excited.
We've talked before about the WCW games where when you're going to pick your character, they would kind of give you a little bit of video of them talking. They do that for Ahmed Johnson in the WWF Warzone video game. Yeah. And in addition to it being bad audio that also sounds like it was recorded in a small metal room, Ahmed is just it's a lot of fun. That would be a fun game of just,
recorded on one of those tiny little recorders you'd like speak into.
It was one of those.
The thing from Home Alone.
That's exactly what I was. Damn it, you beat me.
They
got Kevin McAllister's little Talk Man,
the Walk Boy or whatever dumbass.
Yeah, Talk Boy. We were both. Shit, I couldn't even beat you to that.
Ryan and I are getting married later this year in a Unitarian ceremony where we're going to tie the knot dressed like stormtroopers. Look forward to that.
We're going to have a vineyard.
After that, we get Sunny coming out. I know you want me. Her music was making me laugh. So I got to say, this is pretty genius what they do here with Sunny. The way they've used Sunny the past couple of weeks, they bring Sunny out to introduce people. Because Sunny is over as fuck. The whole crowd's going to hoot and holler for a hot, fun chick like Sunny. But they use her to introduce people that I think the crowd would, if not boo, give no response at all to.
Yes.
So this is genius to me.
She
because
just brings attention, for sure.
100%. This is such smart marketing. Because what they're setting up here is the light heavyweight championship bracket that they've got going. And this first match is some luchador action, which, while I enjoyed this match, the crowd would not have been as receptive to kick off with. Bringing Sunny in is just, it's pretty damn smart, because they're, cheering for guys that they would not care about otherwise. Just be
Absolutely.
Oh, look, Sunny, I'm clapping Sunny.
And there's something special about Sunny, man. It's not just that she's attractive and that she's,
For
one of the girls with the boobs or anything. She's charismatic. She's got a warmth about her. When she's making her way down the ring, she kissed a young man on the cheek, made his life. And she's like that personable person in the school office, you want to bring your problems to. You can tell her anything. I like Sunny.
Yeah.
I've really built
Sunny
a,
is great.
built a thing
Yeah,
with her in my head.
No issues with Sunny at this point. I don't know. Maybe as she gets, I don't know.
She took a turn later on for sure.
1997 Sunny is great.
Yeah, but so she's introducing the first guy that she says is from Mexico. This is Super Loco. And
Woo.
Super Loco is taking on Aguilar, who's also from Mexico.
Aguila.
Aguilar.
It was nice.
Aguilar, is there no L in there?
No, there's no R.
Oh, Aguila?
Yeah, Aguila.
Okay, I think I spelled it a different way every time I wrote it in my notes. I'm like one of those guys that's holding up a sign Kain. Like, I'm here to see that Kane feller. Like, who the fuck even is that?
This seemed like oddly very, WCW like. If I didn't notice the ropes and everything, not just because, it's cruiserweights in 1997, but yeah, it looked kind of like Psychosis.
A lot like Psychosis.
It was paced like a lucha match, not a WWF match, and that the lucha style for the American audiences, they saw it in WCW, not WWF. So I mean, it's got to be one of those. Answering whatever formula the competition has at the time. Because like I said, man, we're in Sting's Army era, so Nitro's got the heat right now, so that it's live and well.
That's true. If that guy was Psychosis, then Super Loco would have been Chubby Hoovy.
Chubby Hoovy, absolutely.
Chubby. Unfortunately, Brian Christopher decides to come out and get on commentary.
Unfortunately.
They show the lineup of this bracket for the championship, and there's they're already in the semifinals. It starts with the semifinals. But I was disappointed to see that Shoot Show favorite Jerry Flynn is on there, and we don't get to see the Jerry Flynn match. We might have to just forsake our future plans and stay in 97 Raw to just follow the tale of Jerry Flynn.
You know what, it was Jerry Lynn taking on Eric Shelley. Flash Flanagan was going to take on BC, and Devon takes on Taka. But we're seeing the first round.
Well, we all know that Jim Cornette is a fan of high flyers, and he seems to be enjoying the action that he's seeing here. Jim Cornette famously supports flippy shit and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, he's so vocal now, but he was a company man. He did what he needed to do.
Loco is all over the place. Like he's trying so hard to get his shit in that he's botching left and right, man. It was one the one side first one Aguila, that guy. He was like nut shotted on the ropes, and Loco was gonna jump and kick him, and just completely whiffs.
Yeah, are you talking about where he like gets tangled on the ropes a little bit?
No, that was the next one. He tries to roll over the ropes out of the ring, and he catches his head on the middle rope, and it just kind of ping pongs.
Yeah, at that point, the crowd was not behind this match anymore. They were like not.
Yeah, there's only so much Sonny can do. Sonny,
he wins them back though later. He wins them back.
An inverted surfboard, which you see in every match of this type at this time, like where they got the guy up, like inverted surfboard style. That's a must-have.
Yeah, that's an underrated move. That's hard to get the friction right, as we saw last week on SmackDown when Natalya. I think it was SmackDown. Natalya tried to put that on Peyton Royce and just whiffed it. It was like when I tried to put it on my brother. It got as far. It didn't work.
Aguila drop kicks Loco all the way out of the ring. That was my favorite spot of this whole match.
Yes, he just
if he top rope kicks him from the back, and Loco does the kind of Rey Mysterio slide and just goes all the way out of the ring, and I thoroughly enjoyed that. That'd be a fun video game record. You'd get an achievement for that. Drop kicked a guy all the way out of the ring.
The fans were not behind Super Loco until there was a point where he got Aguila out of the ring and he cartwheel backflipped over the ropes.
Yeah.
After that, the fans, they appreciated it.
I think he tried to do that once and didn't quite get it, but then the second time he nailed it pretty well, yeah. He definitely was a talented dude. I have to imagine nerves are always playing a part when you're getting this kind of showcase. But Aguila gets the win and will move on in the tournament. But, good on him.
Yeah,
more WWE super crazy.
And it's weird that I feel better now having seen his finisher. It's that twisting splash. It's the twisted bliss, basically, is what Alexa Bliss does. Because I thought that Alexa Bliss looked kind of silly when she does it, and so did he. So it's not Alexa's fault. It's the move. The move is kind of weird. It looks like a toddler diving, and not doing it well. Just gotta getting off center.
At one point, Brian Christopher says something, and JR is like, "Oh, did you learn that from your daddy?" And then Brian Christopher is like, "You don't know who my daddy is," and JR fires right back, "Do you?"
That's what I'm saying. I
JR's
feel like
packing heat, man.
They're not all on the same page as to whether or not that's kayfabe or not. I feel like they never cleared it up.
Even Cornette, who has no interaction with any of them before this on air, is immediately like, "Oh, don't you bring that up again." It was just really strange that it's almost kind of like a heelish thing from JR to be driving home something that I guess in 97 you'd be like, I don't know if that's JR's, or if that's King's son or not.
Yeah. JR's not the commentator we deserve. He's the one we need right now.
When Aguila, or when Loco whiffed that, or flipped over the ring and got caught, the way that Brian Christopher laughed, I'd be like, yeah, okay.
Yes, shit was fucking...
That's King's son.
I bet they heard that from across the ring, too, how loud that shit was.
So, from wrestling to wrestling, Skylar, do you want to tell us what we got coming up next?
Well, we've got a very nice, not uncomfortable at all interview with Goldust and Marlena.
Goldust and Marlena. Wow. Well, we know that they have been having good times together, so this would be a fun interview.
Yeah, we start off with JR asking some questions. They act like they've been gone or something when we literally just saw Marlena and Goldust last week on Raw.
Yeah, for sure. And
the shit out of me.
And also Goldust is like just chilling in a do-rag, and she is calling him Dustin.
Yes, a gold do-rag. But
so
yes.
I don't really like. It's very confusing what's going on here. This is kind of this is like the Shockmaster going through the fourth wall. Like, what are we supposed to be taking from this?
I really don't understand. Yeah, is this supposed to be out of character? Because Dustin Rhodes has very much like AJ Soprano energy right now. He just feels like this family meeting is bullshit. I don't. Yeah, I should be out with my friends right now.
So
Marlena's talking like they've been through some rough patches, but everything's good now.
Happy,
she's happy to be back,
and she's got the kid.
And then,
they've got the kid.
She's going and going, and got the kid. She's back, And then just out of nowhere, Dustin, he looks mad the whole time, and he just says, everything out of your mouth is sickening.
Yeah, it's making him sick.
And once that happened to me and Lulu, were like, what's about to happen?
It's making him sick, he says.
What's upsetting is that I see, I like to, not seriously, but completely kidding, say this type of shit to my girlfriend. Just be like, and I thought that's, I saw similarity, and then it frightened me. It's like, am I Goldust sitting on a nice paisley couch with a yellow headband on? Is that me? But no, he's being an actual asshole. I'm just like, what kind of jerk would not bring me an Uncrustable? What kind of piece of shit comes in from the kitchen with an Uncrustable without one for me?
Uncrustable. Jesus. But yeah, from that moment on, Dustin is basically just shooting on her for pretty much everything. He's saying that she didn't support him, and he's found somebody who did, and it's a lot of terrible things. He says he doesn't love her. Yeah. He gives her the ring back, says she can have that back. Blah 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 blah. It's awful. And he storms out.
He talked for 5 minutes, and at one point I was like, I forgot JR is supposed to be sitting in the room there with him. Imagine him just sitting there as he's talking, just
yeah. They cut back, and he's slowly opening a bag of Fritos.
Yeah. Hey, and I will say this: Terry is a great actress. She was doing a lot. She was doing really well. That she
I don't know, man.
Was taking those words like daggers.
They got divorced 2 years later, so I don't really know.
They were drawing from some real pain, for sure, but she knows how to channel it. That's a skill in itself.
And
it was very awkward.
And talking of awkward, I was looking into Marlena, a.k.a. Terry Runnels, and something I didn't know about her was that she dated New Jack in 2009.
Yes.
And, I guess he was, putting out pictures of her, naked pictures and stuff, and, she tried to sue him over it, and,
yeah, I heard all that in Crime and Sports.
Yeah, so add on to the set.
There was
shattered my universe.
Not to go back to that promo though, but there's one part where he was yelling at her and he said, "I've had it up to here with it," but he doesn't raise his arm at all to show us how
the level that he is. You take that away. You've had it up to where, motherfucker?
Yeah, where?
To where we are right now.
If it's way down here, maybe everything's good.
No, I've had it to our current location, and we're going no further.
I've had it down to here with this delicious ice cream.
Doggone it.
I mean, oof.
And it's always I feel like it should be in some kind of TV rule book that when you're lingering on a lady who's hiding her face in her hand crying, you're making bad TV. Because right now we got Maury, we got Jerry Springer, and we got WWF Raw.
Definitely,
mostly
and
crying.
To add on to that bad TV, they go from a sad crying woman directly into yelling about laser tag guns, and Jim Cornette screaming about karate fighters.
Oh my God, karate
And it's like you just watched a marriage. You just watched a marriage fall apart in front of you. Like you just watched 3 lives ruined by like the deeds of the dark places of people's hearts. But goddamn, this laser tag looks bitchin'.
I feel like that's genius marketing because it's a safety guard for these kids going through a broken home.
Imagine a kid watching that and
parents, but
crying.
there's always laser tag.
Like, oh my god, but fucking karate fighters.
But there's always karate fighters.
Yeah, well,
you can collect them all.
It's like, keep an eye out in the mail, Thomas. We're mailing you a special edition Jerry Flynn karate fighter.
Yeah, the leg doesn't go up high enough to knock off the other person, so you never win. It's mostly
it has no points of articulation.
No,
I'm sorry.
Go ahead, it's mostly just a little statuette we hollowed out on one foot, and it just spins.
Please go ahead. Let's go.
No, you're fine. I was just going to say, after that horrible interview, they cleanse our palate with a nice little video package of the history of HBK and Shawn Michaels.
Definitely.
And Bret Hart.
Yeah, a torrid history, I would say.
This is a long...
storied history.
They show a lot of stuff here that like they had not shown at all in the lead up to this. That was surprising because like the whole thing at the... was it Survivor Series of '96 or whatever when Bret was on stage and he was yelling at HBK in the crowd?
Ceremony.
Yeah, when they're yelling at each other like that and they're both in tuxedos, it's got a different energy.
Yeah, like you guys are kind of supposed to be off.
Very,
kind of more professional and real there.
Yeah, that's hot footage there on this Go Home show to kind of really drive home that it's like, yeah, this isn't any spring chicken feud here.
Oh, he brought up what he brought up was the real life thing of HBK getting beat up too. And
12 cheerleaders or whatever he called it.
Yeah,
what? HBK got his ass kicked.
Yeah, in a bar.
Yeah, dude.
By like a dozen dudes.
Like 4 or 5 guys. They've jumped in.
Definitely.
It was like 95 HBK. So
yeah,
that was
oh wow! Yeah. October 1995, Shawn Michaels was assaulted outside of a bar in Syracuse, New York. He was the Intercontinental Champion. Okay, so he had relinquished a championship. He got so beat up. Holy shit! I did not know that.
But yeah, Bret brought that up like talking shit in an award show, and I was just like, whoa.
Yeah, that's wild. Imagine all the other people in the crowd being like, "Do we leave?" Or like, from there, Ahmed Johnson's music plays, and he hits the ring, and they're laughing about it because like the match isn't supposed to happen yet. But like, damn it,
he just can't wait.
Yeah, he can't wait. But oh no, Kane's music hits, and Kane gets a huge pop. Like the crowd is already like they've taken to Kane. We've seen the beginning of Kane, and already like he is over as hell, man. Like everybody knows what's happening here. No, not at all.
That mask is cool as fuck.
Yeah, the mask, the organ music is instantly recognizable.
Oh, so fucking good.
The
people
strikes
really like the red light.
Yeah, the lights, the pyro. Just the silhouette that he cuts, like the mask, the outfit, like fucking, this is gold. I mean, this wasn't the reason that we went here, but this is a fun, like if you look out your left, you will see a badass Kane about to fuck Ahmed Johnson up.
And what a fun guy to watch get fucked up. Like,
yeah, JR smashes the intro too. Another thing that I'd like to bring up is like JR's. The stuff that he's saying, like, really just adds, like, he's so good at kind of just saying the perfect thing to set off, like, what you're seeing.
Yeah, and just with the right amount of just incredulous surprise. Just, I can't believe what I'm seeing week to week at my job. This is insane.
It's Cain!
Corny screams like a little girl at the turnbuckle spot. I love that. Ah!
Ahmed's punches do the most damage we've seen so far to Kane.
Yeah,
stumbled a couple steps back.
He gives it a good try.
But, he gets a nice choke slam and a very... I think Kane accidentally, or he took it wrong, but, like, he landed on his head a little bit, and he did not enjoy that at all, Ahmed, when he took a tombstone.
Yeah, he took 2 tombstones in a row, and the second one didn't look so great. Or the first one. Yeah, the first one,
He hit, and he, like, said something, and then, like, when he did the second one, he kind of, like, moved his head sideways so he wouldn't hit it again, and it looked
Don't fucking do that shit again, man. Yeah. 13. 13
I
years.
think that first one, Kane thought he had Ahmed a little bit too low, so he just kind of went. He might have landed flat on him because it's like he didn't hit his knees as much because he was maybe scared his head was poking down.
It's a lot of meat. It's a lot of meat to be lifting up. Once.
Nothing against Kane.
Or
Safest
twice.
worker, and everyone said.
Yeah, well, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
It was
Speaking of
good.
safe workers, here comes someone joining the fray. It's Mankind.
Yeah, Mankind. I'm sorry. Yeah.
So yeah,
What
here.
did you say?
Who did you say, Tyler?
Oh, I said a fan. I was getting ahead of myself.
Oh,
Yeah, Mankind comes out with like the exact pipe that is under the ring on the wrestling games. It was comically large and like
One
it
you
was
get with
like
the
a
action
stage
figure.
prop almost.
Yeah, no, what it was the metal thing that holds the turnbuckle to the ring post is
Wow.
what he's got.
He ripped that thing off.
I don't know, and I don't know if it was like a gimmick to bend, but he slaps a real quick mandible on Paul Bearer and puts Paul Bearer down pretty quickly, and then blasts Kane with that thing, and like the bar bends. So I don't know if it was, like I said, gimmicked or if he just hit him that hard
it
with
looked
it.
like it looked like a toy in a Ninja
totally-
Turtles
it was like-
action figure.
looked like it was super hollow and would be thin as fuck.
Yeah. Oh shit! Yeah, we get a nice close up of it.
Kane sits up Undertaker style, which I thought was fun. Like they called attention to that. Like that's a fun gimmick.
My God, like his brother.
Just like his brother. Oh my god! it's a family tradition.
I noticed at this point you were seeing fans in the crowd doing crotch chops, which I thought was funny. Like, yeah, even though they're not really sure how they feel about DX, but like they're kind of getting the vibe of like I do like drawing my hands across my genitals. Like that is something I'm interested in.
It's a fun thing.
There is no memory that unites boys of our generation together more than just chopping it so aggressively on the
100%.
playground. Just just don't even know the gravity of what we're saying to each other.
The wanton disregard with which I fired off crouch chops. Is
Dude,
just, you know,
I hit a couple PE teachers just out of reflex. Just pop. Just shut.
Stone Cold music hits, and he comes out and he says, "I said he was going to get his ass kicked, and that's what happened."
Right.
Which I thought was
I ain't no
hilarious.
fortune
Stone
teller. I
Cold.
just know my
Yeah.
damn skill.
Like, look, I said he was going to get whooped, and he did. You guys all saw it, you know. I don't know anybody anything.
I told you I was going to do it.
So Austin at that point offers an open challenge to anybody in the back. And despite the fact that we covered earlier that he has basically pissed off 3/4 of the roster, it takes a while before anybody is really interested to come out. Stone Cold says, "Somebody get me a hot dog and a beer." Like he's ready to wait it out. But then the Nation comes out. And immediately a Rocky Sucks chant breaks out.
The second he comes up, his arm makes it out of the curtain. They're like, Rocky sucks.
But
Hey,
it's
that's
Kama.
great, man. Yeah,
Yeah, definitely. He's getting such a reaction even at this point.
If you, I mean, and it's just compounded when you're against the top face. If you can call Stone Cold a face, he's his own kind.
It's so
but
true.
It's just energy against the biggest energy. So it's an even bigger deal. I feel like you're just ramped up. God, I wish I could feel the
sure, a
electricity.
Drew attention away from Stone Cold.
But it's Kama Mustafa who gets the nod to get the match. As they're coming down, Kama gets in the ring, but Legion of Doom comes out to attack the Nation. Mm-hmm. And Austin uses that opportunity to stun Kama, and then rolls out of the ring and just laughs his way all the way up the
Fucking
ramp.
God, right?
You dumb son of bitches! Look at you fighting, you dumb bastards! Whooping on each other!
Was he still hurt or something, or like did they want to tease he was gonna have a match to get viewers, but like didn't really want to have a match?
Yeah,
to
I think they're still
Survivor
just
Series,
teasing.
like-
I think they're still just teasing him. I think really just teasing the crowd.
Well, I mean, we have to give praise to Kama Mustafa's freaking selling of the stunner. Like, that is the way I wish they kept doing it. Rock kind of changed the game with the pop up like a cartoon.
Yeah.
But when you
Yeah,
hit
so
the ground
true.
and you're
Flop
seizing
like a
as if you're
fish a
being
little bit,
tased,
yeah.
it's just
Yeah. He does a fish out of water. Yeah, it is. Yeah, and he's a big dude, man. The Godfather, Papa Shango, whatever. Like, he's a big dude. Props to him.
He is.
Yeah. What's next? Oh my
After
God!
that, we get a nice little recap of the Goldust Marlena interview. In case anyone missed that and wanted to see more.
But then
really needed it.
But then, yes.
Let's get our fucking asses into the war zone for the last time on this train ride.
I hope the music's hitting right now. There we go.
Another tetanus reference. That warehouse has a lot of exposed metal.
Oh yeah, is this the final time Vinnie Mac's ever going to be on commentary?
I do believe this is the final time he's on commentary for a episode of Raw.
Oh my God.
Right, like at least like not guest commentary, but like as like
yeah. I think he does commentary for Survivor
Vinnie
Series
Mac.
maybe, but like I don't. Yeah,
I'm not sure.
Well, we'll find out next week.
I've watched it.
Stay tuned.
No.
Yeah, Vince screaming us in, potentially for the last time. Now it's JR, Vince, and King. So I don't know what the switch was there. Maybe they were waiting on him to show up or something. But when Lawler starts talking, his mic is about 1,000,000 times louder than Vince's. You hear him check that audio real quick. But they cut to a baby Michael Cole who's in the ring.
Yeah, man, baby skinny face Cole.
Baby little Michael Cole to bring out HBK.
Yeah, not just HBK, but the whole damn outfit. He's got Triple H, China, and Rick Rude with him. Rick Rude's carrying that briefcase, and all. Gosh, dang it! These '90s mall shades. I hate these tiny little frameless, little douchebag shades. Like, just
they need like a little something dangling off the side of one of the sides of the glasses, like a little chain, like heart earring.
They're not doing anything. That the sun's getting all around the lenses. There's no
HBK cool. Like it's so funny. Like HBK kisses Triple H, and then he kisses China, and it's just like whoa, what's happening? Like
HBK is full Bugs Bunny right now. He's
drunk with power. He's lost his absolute mind, and it's like when Bender got turned into a human. And HBK is just like, I wonder if I could eat nachos and go to the bathroom. And
he's doing it all.
Stop, man. You'll kill us all. They do that old school schoolyard thing where China crouches behind Michael Cole and Triple H just shoves the fuck out of him. But Triple H is so much bigger than him. You would not have needed something crouched. Like, just as hard as he shoves Cole would have fallen anyway. And Cole gets up just looking so humiliated. It's great fun.
He looked real mad.
He looked really mad. It's great fun. Sean says he's gonna walk in naked next week.
Cool. So we're definitely going to be watching Raw that week's Raw.
I will be, whether or not you guys are. I don't know.
Yeah, man. He was selling Playgirl magazines around this time. He's looking good.
And he wants a match with Ken Shamrock next week. So they call out Sergeant Slaughter to make it happen. Sergeant Slaughter, I feel like we only see him when these two are acting up. Like,
right. He's like, God,
yeah. He's like, he's got to get out of bed. He's got to take off his like sleeping cap, and like.
Combs his mustache real fast.
He looks like the guy from Hello Neighbor. Have you ever seen that video game where you're sneaking around from the neighbor? He looks just like that
guy. So when he comes out, the kind of joke that they have is that he spits when he talks, and it is a joke, but he also really does. He really does. When I was trying to catch screen grabs for the cover, I was like, you can see several times in a couple episodes where just big pieces of spit are coming out of his mouth.
For sure.
So they go and they get riot shields, little kind of riot face masks, and then they go and get little windshield wipers to go on the face masks. That's I feel like the main reason why they called him out there. But in a twist, Slaughter swerves him and says that he is going to have a match with Shamrock, but it's tonight.
What?
I'm Shawn Michaels. You can't talk to me like that.
Yeah, he's kind of right.
So that was fun. So my goodness, we got a main event.
one hell of one. I'm excited to see that for sure. But what came up after this? It seems like it was something I laughed at.
Mark Marrow. Mark Marrow's mad.
Yeah, it was Mark Marrow.
Oh, bless his heart.
Mark Marrow's mad that Sable isn't ready, and he drags her half-naked ass out of the dressing room.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Much to the enjoyment of Vincent McMahon.
It was just like they came to Mark Marrow and was like, listen, we've done everything we can with you and Sable. Eventually, it's just going to be Sable. Do you have anything else we can wring out another week out of an appearance of you? And he's like, yeah, let's just do the side boob. Let's do it. Fine. It's been on the table for 6 weeks. Then it was memorable.
Yeah, it was there. It happened. I mean, we can't take that away from history. And that's to set up a match that we've got, which the next match is Savio Vega, the leader of Los Boricuas, versus Sable with Mark Marrow. And as Vince says, she is the star. Like, Vince says that in no uncertain terms. She is the star.
Yeah,
and that's not just the commentator saying that. Yeah, that's the boss. This was a short match. Really not much happened here. Mark gets the win. Again, like, just kind of acting dirty. Being a dirty boy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You kind of have to when you have a lady with you that hot. You have to be the bad guy because nobody's going to like you. That guy's got the girl. But
well, and despite getting the win, Michael Cole is interested in talking to Sable.
Well, he wants to know how she thinks about Mark Marrow's winning streak lately and how he's been performing lately.
Mark Marrow takes grave exception to this. Talk
about me to my woman?
Yeah, drags Sable away. I think he says something like, next week if you want to talk to a superstar, you talk to me. So not only is he shutting her down, but he's also like putting her in her place, which is just, in addition to being unnecessary on a personal level, obviously not true. Like, we can see who the superstar is here, and it's not the shaved head guy that's a
who
good
had their
boxer.
own dressing room. That
yeah,
you probably got dressed in a locker room.
It's the smoke show. That's So he drags her away, and clearly she's angry, and this is going downhill for one of these two.
Yeah, and one of them will marry Brock Lesnar. I won't tell you which one.
What a great marriage Mark Marrow and Brock Lesnar had.
No.
They briefly mention here that Team USA that's going to be on the Survivor Series was going to be including Del Wilkes, the Patriot, our favorite proto Kurt Angle music having
not Angle
mask wearing. Yeah, Del Wilkes actually has been injured though in the past couple of weeks, and his career is over. Like this was the end of. Yeah, this was the end of his run.
That's horrible.
So, but what we do get is Vader and Davey Boy Smith in a dog collar match. Hot damn! Put your pants on, sucker.
That's that shit I do like.
Yeah, but Team Canada's there with him.
With Team Canada.
Except
in addition,
Dave Furness is not from fucking Canada.
Yeah, Doug Furness is there, and JR is incensed by the inclusion of Doug Furness. Like the other guy who I can't remember what his name is. He says, "Well, he's from Canada," and Jim Neidhart, he's married to somebody from Canada. So obviously they're
so is Bulldog. That makes sense to me.
Doug Furness, man, this dude ain't got no ends.
My great-grandmother was Canadian, actually.
I love both of these dudes. I love Davey Boy Smith growing up, and Vader is fucking awesome. Probably one of my biggest, one of my favorite agile big men ever. Star of Boy Meets World.
I wasn't gonna take it. I wasn't gonna take the bait that was out there in the water. I was gonna, and I did it anyway. But yeah, we needed coming to a shoot show with you.
A dog collar match is just a variation of a four corners match, which is just touch the four posts. It's kind of like a bull rope match or whatever. Yeah. Or a leather strap match.
Mm-hmm. But they're tighter on the neck instead of the wrists. Is that what you said?
What I've always worried about those like if I was a wrestler in one of these kinds of gimmick matches, is going through the ropes wrong. Like if I went under and then tried to come back in and I'd fuck it up, and then you have to figure it's kind of like tying a knot in front of people. Like you know how to tie the knot, but you're gonna gimp it. It's a lot of pressure for a simple action. I can't stand it.
So this is a pretty hard fought match. Not too long of a match. Vader ends up picking up the win. And then just gets mercilessly jumped by the Hart Foundation and Doug Furnace.
Yeah. Poor guy.
But
Canadians
this is the point
and Furnace.
where, I was confusing my run-ins. This is the point where a fan hits the ring. Mm-hmm. And, I mean, obviously we know that person is Steve Blackman.
What?
Karate fighter extraordinaire.
Yeah,
Fuck
for
yes.
sure. I knew that neck.
But it's weird. Like Vader kind of dogpiles onto him, and the commentators just keep calling him a fan. And then the cops, like, are just kind of standing there while he gets up and gets out of the ring, and like hops back over the fence. And like the cops are just kind of they're all standing there, but like they're not. We've seen what happens when fans get into the ring. Like they get their shit pressed.
Yeah, God help them if it's a Triple
Refs
H
will
match.
beat the shit out of you.
Yeah.
Triple
Earl
H has
Hebner will
bounced
be
more fans than any wrestler. I think I've seen him just shoulder blocking.
Earl Hebner
tackling
will be
dudes.
knuckle dusting your ass.
Yeah, Earl
For
Hebner
sure.
stomp a mud hole in your ass.
You in the garden, boy.
Hell nah, boy, I drink with these boys after the show.
So yeah, we know who this is, but at no point do they make any indication that this is anything other than a crazed fan who is going to spend the night in a Hershey jail.
Yeah. You see him next
It's the
week and
city.
shit.
It's not an adorable chocolate jail.
I'm not saying that. It could be both. It could very well be both. In Hershey, Pennsylvania, I think most things are made out of chocolate.
Land of dreams.
So we literally have like 13 minutes left on the show, and they still have 2 matches.
This is this is that formula. This is the setup for the pay-per-view. When they know they need to get you to pay for it, they've got to really kind of wet your whistle. And man, from what we've seen, they have been front selling these Survivor Series matches like crazy. There's got to be like 8 teams going into this shit.
Yeah.
It's a lot of moving parts, and then they got this new tournament they introduced this week.
For sure. And we still got
And
that
the Karate Fighter
Fighters
tournament.
Yeah.
Oh, God, I didn't even check back. I have no Karate Fighter update.
Yeah, but the first of 2 matches that we've got in the 13 minutes that remain in this episode is Jesus and Jose from Los Boricuas. And they're taking on the yet-to-be-named New Age Outlaws, Jesse James, the Road Dogg, and Badass Billy Gunn, who... Jesse James, you can literally hear him getting better on the mic every week. Like, he's
so
getting
good.
so much more comfortable, and he's really starting to hit his stride.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just
Hasn't
love.
found
He's just one of those guys that, like, yeah, he may look like your stepdad, but he's so fun just even moving across the ring with his little shuck and jive moves. Like, Jesus Christ. Like, I every time I see a Road Dogg match, I'm reminded, it's kind of like he's got that R-Truth effect. He's like, oh, shit, this guy's timeless.
Infectious.
This match, it's a match, but the ref gets distracted by Billy Gunn. The ref gets distracted while one of the guys is pinning Road Dogg, and Billy Gunn jumps off the rope, splashes him, and Road Dogg gets the pin.
It's cool to see them developing in kind of parallel to DX. DX is doing their thing, and then you have these guys who, on the surface of it, you think, well, they're of a similar ilk at this point, but they just haven't had the reason to cross each other's paths yet. So it's cool to see that. Like I think, I definitely have the urge to keep watching Raws from '97 if I'm being honest.
For sure. They're good.
But this match was just kind of, again, just putting New Age Outlaws over, and again, I think maybe setting up Survivor Series stuff. But then we get the main event.
Finally.
The nascently announced Shamrock versus HBK. Intro number 2 for HBK. He's such a ham. He just bring me out
Pyros
again.
both times.
I'm saying, like, it's...
He did get pyro twice.
Yeah.
How do you do
like,
that?
He's Shawn Michaels.
And
We're
the
over
crowd
budget.
really is... The crowd's really not sure how to feel about him, though. Like, it's interesting. Like, they're not doing anything different than they continued to do as they got more and more over, but the crowd's just not quite sure how to feel about it.
No, they cut to a few of the ladies in the audience, and they were pretty sure how they felt.
Some of them are the crowd, and I think it's the crotch chop that's starting to win people over. But
they're
it's just
taking it more of
interesting
like
to see.
They're taking it like a friendly suggestion. It's like, maybe I will. Maybe
in my
I
mind,
would given the opportunity.
When I think back to it, you think about like that they're just over as fuck from the jump. But, like, really they're not. I mean, the crowd is really not sure, you know, overall who they're rooting for here. If anything, I'll tell you, they're rooting for Shamrock.
Yeah.
Well, the shit Shawn Michaels been doing, do you blame him?
No, I can't really.
Tushy.
He's been a real stinker here lately, for sure.
Ken Shamrock bonks HBK and Triple H's heads together. That was a fun thing.
Yeah.
Got a huge pop for that.
He starts the match just like instantly attacking Shawn Michaels, and then he like picks him up and just throws him over the top rope.
Yeah.
Shamrock is a beast, man.
Displaying some like Goldberg like dominance, but he's got legitimate skill to back it up, and he'll just yank that ankle right out from under you.
Considering that we know that Shamrock is, you know, he wasn't a wrestler by trade for a long time. Like, does a really convincing job of being, just everything looks really, really intense. It seems like, I feel like HBK and Triple H are some of the only people that would do, and I don't understand the spot of the Irish whip into the corner, and then they like roll up over the turnbuckle and like are sitting on it, and like...
Ric Flair
why?
Used to do that shit
I
too.
was gonna say Flair. I think is the first guy I saw do that.
Why would you? What? There's no extra like directional momentum there that should cause you to go upwards as you're you know.
Well, that's how hard they threw.
Yeah,
him.
he threw him so fucking hard that he stumbled, and then just the angle of his back rolls him all the way up the turnbuckle, and he almost falls out. Whoa!
I didn't know if it was that or if it's a move that HBK is actually doing in an attempt to like dissipate the force.
Oh, maybe.
Like, I'm not gonna blast into the turnbuckle. I'm gonna kind of go up a little bit. It's like a recoil, you know, and then I'm gonna. But very few people do it. But yeah, you're right. Ric Flair does too. But like, yeah, Triple H, HBK would, you know, but very rare to see anybody else do that.
Yeah.
Ken hits a great like bridging suplex. Again, like just his moves look great.
Was that it wasn't a fisherman suplex? Was it? He hooked the leg.
JR called it a fisherman, but I wasn't sure if it was or not. Yeah.
Yeah, but it inverted a fisherman maybe. Yeah, who knows? Yeah, this was where
fish is catching you.
Yeah. Oh shit! This is Russia. This is where Shamrock really starts to answer Shawn Michaels like flamboyant professional wrestling style with nitty gritty. Just yank your ass down by your shoulder. Work
aggression.
It was like they shifted into a true matching of styles there, and this is where it picked up for me.
And even after Shamrock gets outside and catches some offense from Triple H, he gets back in and he ducks a sweet chin music and gets a really solid belly to belly. Like he lifts HBK way up in the air for that turn and drop.
Yeah, I think it's Shamrock's background in knowing how those moves are in real life, like a real suplex. I think it's just that extra little understanding that makes him be able to plant those. Dude, his belly to belly,
definitely,
like not even over the head, just like
kiss.
like a Bailey to belly style kind of belly to belly. Just yank up, set down. It looks like just out of breath.
It's funny to think that the hardest thing for Shamrock as he's doing this is like, okay, don't murder this person.
Yeah.
Okay, don't
give him about 70%.
Trying to set down something heavy that's also fragile. Like, don't destroy this. Triple H distracts the ref, but Shamrock catches HBK's foot when he goes for a sweet chin music and does kind of a dragon screw twist to get him into the ankle lock. But the ref is distracted by Chyna, and Rick Rude comes in and blasts Ken with the briefcase. which the ref doesn't see, and Rick Rude could have just gotten out of the ring, but Triple H gets in and just starts stomping out Ken for the DQ.
It's frustrating when it doesn't work out. I'm sure.
It's like
but
distraction to a sneak to a just blatant okay, we tricked you and so we could sneak this offense. Now I'm just fuck it, just kick it
Yeah, I wonder if that was like he was supposed to see Rick maybe, and Triple H just jumped in there and was like, well, shit, I'll follow him.
It's such a funny it's such a funny setup to this kind of secret smack, and then just they're like, nah, screw it.
See, it's so
he can't
fun.
help himself.
It's so fun watching a guy with an established finisher and like storied skill set, like Ken Shamrock, like that ankle lock. When the entire back of your mind, the entire time you're watching the match, you're like, oh shit, he's going for that ankle. Oh shit, he's going for that. It's like a Kurt Angle match. That's what was so fun about a Kurt Angle match. It's because he was working the whole time. He was like a
he could threaten it from anywhere. It's one of those things, like you're always in danger of being able to get that. And it's another thing that is a move that you can do to anybody. Like the good thing about like Hogan's leg drop was that was a move that anybody could take. All you had to do was just lay there. It wasn't like a Styles Clash where you really need the cooperation of somebody else so you don't murder them. It was just lay down, brother, and I'm gonna just drop to my ass in anguish.
Yeah. Or
back up over years.
The Panama Sunrise, like Adam Cole.
Yeah.
When he does that
imagine
to
trying
Pat
to
McAfee, it just looks silly.
Yeah. Back in the day, imagine trying to hit Yokozuna with one of those.
Oh, Jesus. And
or even somebody like Ahmed Johnson with two giant knee braces on. But gets the DQ, and then go ahead.
It all falls apart there. It's just pandemonium, beat ups, kicking. Oh God, the humanity, and all ends with Triple H delivering a pedigree onto Rick Rude's briefcase to Ken Shamrock, and Ken Shamrock died that night.
That's a murder. That's definitely
never saw him again.
That's 2 stars on the wanted level.
That's
right.
Definitely, they're not going to give you a chance. So this show was, in my opinion, in the honest build to Survivor Series, was the weakest, just because they're there, they're where they need to be.
Let me tell you why I think that might be, and I could be wrong, but I do agree with you that this feels like a weaker episode than some of the ones we've seen, and I think it was because of the absence of the Hart Foundation. Yeah. Because this big thing that they've been selling is Bret Hart versus HBK, and on your go-home show for this big thing you're selling, literally none of them are there. You got Davey Boy Smith. You got, I think, Neidhart was there maybe?
No, I don't think so.
Or, and then you got Doug Furnace. But
I guess Neidhart was there, wasn't he? He's fucking down there ringside.
But no Bret Hart, no Owen Hart. If you want this to be the biggest match, I mean, you would want to go off of the air with Bret Hart and HBK at each other's throats.
Yeah, it's
at
almost
least nose to nose,
Yeah, not Shamrock. It's unrelated.
It's kind of cliched at this point, but how do you not know? You know what your main event is. Why don't you have them there staring down like 2 boxers?
And lest we forget, this main event for the go-home show for this big pay-per-view was hastily thrown together by Sergeant Slaughter to spite Shawn Michaels. So before that,
could have had a longer Outlaw versus Bariqua's match.
I guess so. We would have had. We would have gone off.
Sergeant Slaughter thought there was another Raw before Survivor Series. He's like, "Oh shit, I'm sorry, boss."
Oh,
but
this to go home.
But there isn't.
Nope. So that means next week
we're there,
boys. We're pulling into that station, and the station is in sight.
What is the gauge that you created to measure the Bret Hart screwing levels?
The screwmometer?
Screwmometer. Okay, I didn't know if it was a heartometer.
I just made that up just now. I don't know the screwjometer.
Yeah, we're topping out, man. We're in the bubble. So we are there to Survivor Series 1997 next week.
Yep.
That's exciting. But,
the Screwjob is incoming.
Can't wait to see that big old lug that Bret Hart hawks. It's so
Oh my goodness, yes. It like sticks to part of his hair.
It's gonna be interesting. I'm excited for that. Like I said, this is the most build up we've ever done by far. I mean, shit.
And even without that big main event, it's a stacked card. It's gonna be a cool show.
Kane versus Mankind. I can't wait for that shit.
So
Kane's first official match ever.
Nice. I'm with that.
Excellent. So we know where we're going. We've got just enough coal to make it one more stop.
Well, and we have to make a slight detour because we are in fact scooping up the professional to round out.
Oh yeah.
Yep. That's right. He's gonna be standing towards the end of the tracks, and he's gonna have his arm outstretched, and we're gonna kind of scoop him up, dramatic style, and
like Buster
dislocate
Keaton.
his shoulder. Yeah,
just yank on his hoping his shoulder.
So that'll be good.
It's gonna be great. We're gonna be a foursome once again, as the shoot show always should be.
That's
so,
right.
Until then, everybody, keep up with us on social media: Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Search it. You'll find the Shoot Show if you search the Shoot Show. Or if you want to get a hold of us directly, call that Shoot Show hotline, man, 4132-I-SHOOT. Are you playing Cyberpunk? I am. That's why I'm not making much sense tonight. I got 2.5 hours of sleep.
That's right. Me and my normal-sized genitals are going to get back to it.
Yeah, would you go? Or were you honest?
Oh, no, I was not. No,
I kept it
swinging.
honest.
I'm swinging that thing.
I'm not swinging dong because there's a glitch right now that it's clipping through the pants.
I've seen that. Yeah, it just kind of jangles its way out.
It depends on the motion and the head.
It do be like that.
Might just jump right out.
It do be like that. Yeah.
Like a turtle under the surface of the water. So be on the lookout for those rogue dicks in Cyberpunk if you're playing Cyberpunk. If you're not, give it a try, maybe. But at any rate, watch along with us next week, Survivor Series 1997. Right. It's going to be a good time.
Yeah, good talking to you, boys.
All right, guys. Take care, and we'll see you then.
Later.